I think I'm live. Just double checking to making sure. Perfect. I am live. Okay, I think I can see you. I'm just going to try to get the image on YouTube to make sure that it's working. Yes, it's fine. Because I have two screens going on right now. I can see myself on Zoom and I can see myself on YouTube. So I think I'm okay. So hi guys, how are you? In case we haven't seen each other in a while. My name is Nathalie D'Souza. I'm part of the video design team for Pinkfresh Studio. And I come every so often to do lives. Hi, I think it's Heather. So we're live. Thank you for joining us, first of all. It's been a while. We took a little bit of vacation, and with some scheduling, it was the best time, which worked perfect for, Heather and Leah, and also for me. So it was perfect. And I'm glad to be back and with like a brand new collection. So you're going to see, we're going to work today with paper, and it's a beautiful collection. So before we go into anything, I hope you guys are all doing great. Make sure you let us know where you're joining from. Right now, we're here in Toronto, Canada. It was raining for the past few days, which means we're at the end of summer. So it's super humid today, and it's going to be very humid this weekend, which is the weekend that we plan to, go outside. Of course, it never fails, and you guys know I don't like summer. I don't do summer that great. So, I'm glad to see, I see somebody from Betsy from Florida, somebody from Switzerland, welcome. If you have never been, it's the first time you're joining us in a Scrapbook Live, welcome. We are going to play with paper. We're going to play with the collections. We're going to create a scrapbook layout this time. And we're going to focus on the collection because it's, like I said, it's beautiful. And we're going to talk about it while we work on the project. A few things. Remember to comment if you are new, or if you've been with us before. Remember to comment and share the live. You at the end of the live, Heather will be drawing one of the names for gift certificate to the Pinkfresh Studio Shop for $15. Like I said before, today we're going to work with Simply the Best, which is one of the newest collections from Pinkfresh Studio that was designed from Geraldine Sai, sorry. If you don't know who she is, think of her in a creative bubble. She's the designer for that. And then again, if you have signed up for the scrapbook event that is coming up in a couple of weeks, this is going to be one of the collections that you're going to receive in the package. And it'll be available, I think the week or 2 weeks after the event, it'll be available to the public. So if you sign up for the event, then you will get it before everybody else. And it's a beautiful event, gonna have fun. So we talked about, make sure that you, I'm gonna say, well, you can subscribe to the channel to start with, but make sure you you comment along the way. Heather's gonna help me with that because it's a little bit hard for me to read the comments while I'm working. I'm gonna try. And don't forget also to check the promotion section in the Pinkfresh Studio blog. This week is all about the Leia alphabet, so make sure you check it out. I can't remember exactly what is the promotion, but I know it's the Leia ornate alphabets, the stamp sets, so make sure you check them. And also don't forget, because I'm going to forget while I start working. And then also don't forget about the, the monthly challenge, which is going to be finished, I think, by the end of this week. And it's all about beautiful backgrounds. You can enter a car, you can enter a layout, any project. So make sure you check it out. So now that we have talked about a little bit of all the miscellaneous, I'm going to flip the camera and we're going to get started. So just bear with me for 1 second because I'm going to get the camera going. Perfect. So I think we have it. Let me just flip the laptop so I can read your comments while we work. So let me get up. Let me tie my hair in a ponytail so you guys can see it. So, like I said before, we're going to work with Simply the Best. This is a new collection from Pinkfresh Studio. And I'm sure that there is, if you go into the YouTube page, there is a Leah usually creates like a walkthrough to the collections. So I'm not going to show you, but along the way, you're going to see what's all about. So what I have cool also is the cardstock stickers from Live right now because they match. And this collection is very masculine. There's a lot of blues and greens and mustard. So it's perfect. If you have boys or you're really in love with those colors, if you like to go camping, which is not me, then this collection is one that you want to check it out. So like I said, it comes with all the stuff that you need to create your project. So I'm gonna set that aside. And I have these two pictures. Well, it's not the same picture, but they're taken like one after the other one. So I'm just gonna move this so I can read your comments a little bit. Okay. You're so far away. Okay, so this is my son, and this is my nephew, and that's our baby. Well, our baby dog. They are 13 years apart, but they get along really well. They're totally different stages of life, but you know what? I think it just happened that way. My sister and her kids are relatively young compared to my children. Obviously we had them at different stages in our lives, but they get along really well. So that's, and this is just last year when still COVID was like, a big thing here. So we used to have picnics. So I have a picture of, like I said, the three boys, oldest, middle, and the baby. Well, really, she's the middle, but, he's the baby. So what I want to do is, if you take a look at the collection, there's a lot of tags in it. And you can take advantage of that. But I want to create like sort of like a horizontal. I want to use the two pictures. Most likely we're going to go something like that. I want to keep them just like that. Like I said, they're not the same picture. They look the same, but it's not. And I just happen that whenever I shoot in bursts so that I'm able to get a few, because I'm sure if you have children, that you have to take a few to get the one right. And that's my case. Yeah. So I'm going to go and just start pulling some stuff. I pulled already some white cardstock. Let me just get it. And I'm going to use actually foundation paper from Vicky just because I want a heavy cardstock. I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. So I just have my cardstock ready. I even trimmed the top. And my idea is, like I said, we're going to work with paper and layers and just take advantage. I want to keep it here. And that's what I'm using the two photos. I want to go with something horizontal. But before we do that, I want to create like color behind my photos. So let me just take the paper away for a little bit. Put them away here. And I'm going to go with very simple mixed media. And I forgot to do my brushes. So give me 2 seconds. That's the beauty of the apartment and having your workspace in the living room is that everything is like, 2 steps away. So I want my photos to sit right here, a little bit on the, on the slant. I don't know, but they're going to be here. And so I'm going to add some color to the background. I have some inks. And like I said, if you look at the collection, it's very saturated, very vibrant colors. There's a lot of blues and teals. Just so you have an idea of the colors, I'm going to pull the enamel dots. So you look at them, there's like this navy and this blue, there's like this mustardy, and there's like different shades of green. So if you like the outdoors, this collection is perfect for you. And don't think it's just like a boy collection. No. It's very saturated, more of a masculine feel, but it's not completely for men. So, again, I happen to have a boy and a girl, so for me, it works perfect. So like I said, these are the colors. I'm going to take them outside of the plastic so you see it. So you have an idea. You see there's navies and blues. There's this like mustardy yellow, kind of an orange, a coral. So there's a different shades of greens. So like I said, perfect for the outdoors. So I want to pull some of the blue. If you see my nephew is wearing a blue cap and my son's wearing gray and I want to bring some of the blue. Because I already have lots of the green in this photo. So I want to bring some of the blue just to kind of lighten up a little bit of the green on the back. So I went and played with some colors outside of the camera, just so, just so that I can, and some of the colors I'm matching have Storm matches this beautiful because it's like the darkest, you want a dark blue, but not purple, but true blue. So you want to go with Storm. I thought, and that's the color that I think I'm going to use because, like I said, I want to play with the blues of this collection. It's going to be a little bit on the monochromatic tone. So let me just get my blue brush from here because I have a few. This is for the purples. This is for the teals. I'm just making sure that I have the right one. Yeah, this is the one. You know what? This one, just to be safe, let's make this one. Let me double check. Yes. So remember, to make it simple, I'm gonna get a pencil. And I work better marking the area of the what colors they match this collection. Okay, so you have, I play with, like I said, a little bit. Get Storm. You gotta use a little bit of here. Evergreen works with it. Storm. I should have just, brought my little paper outside. Sweet Mustard. You know what? I'll do a little swatch, and I add it to the fans page because I actually wrote them down. But these were the colors. I went mostly for the blues and the greens. So you have Storm, Evergreen, a little bit of Meadow, and then there is the green. Let's pull them on. Olive matches and also Fresh Pear. So you're gonna go a lot into like I said, very nature inspired. That's the best word. And then there's mustard. There's a little bit of I have to look. I wrote them down. That's the advantage. I did write them down this time around. I usually don't, but this time, because I have to work projects too, I actually wrote them down. So I'll just, copy and paste and just make a little, add the colors next to it so you have a better idea. But I'm sure that, probably Leah has it too. But for today, like I said, because the picture has already a lot of green behind it, I'm actually going to bring in the blue. So I'm going to use Storm. I want something that's going to deepen the color, especially because I'm using white. It's going to be, that I have a balance of a lot of white with a lot of color. So that's what we're going to do today. And see, my focus went somewhere else. So I'm going to place my pictures. I want them. I can put them here. I can put them here. I tend to go on the right for some reason. I realized yesterday when I was creating a project that a lot of my project on the right. I'll put it here on the left. So I just take a pencil and I'm just going to mark the corners of more or less an idea where everything is going to sit. Okay. That's just going to give me kind of a blueprint of where, I can add my mixed media without overtaking the page. So I'm just using, again, like I said, this is Storm. And I'm just using an ink blending brush. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to try to create a halo around these little dots. Well, I created like little angles. That's just going to give me, like I said, an idea where everything is going to be placed. You're going to see that I'm not going to be super careful of where I put my ink. I am using, though, a heavy cardstock because I am going to kind of bleach the ink a little bit and add some splatters. So that's why I'm using heavy cardstock. I find it that if you use just regular cardstock or textured cardstock, it's just when you add water, it tends to buckle a little bit. I don't want that. I want to keep my paper as straight as I can. So I am using, first of all, I'm using smooth cardstock. And this one happens to be 140 pounds. So it's kind of super sturdy. And whenever I add water to it, it's not going to buckle. So just, and I'm not going to add lots of water. Like I said, I'm just creating, think of it of a halo of color behind your pictures. You just want to make sure that they pop. So I'm just going to add some of this blue. And you're going to see that it looks like little circles in the middle, but I know that I'm going to hide it with my pictures. So I'm okay with that. And so you see what it looks like. If I add green, then my picture on the right is going to get lost. But if you add blue, it's just going to make the rest pop. So I might add a little bit of teal just to get a different color. But for now, we're just going to add the ink. And you're going to see that it's really messy. I'm not stressing over it, because a lot of this is going to be hidden. I'm more preoccupied or more careful that whatever's coming outside of these little dots that I created, it looks like a halo, literally. Think of a halo of color. That's what I'm more worried about, is the area behind, to the side of the photos. Now, it's completely up to you when you want it really dark, which I kind of love, or you want it lighter. So it's all about how much pressure you add when you're ink blending. I'm going lightly. It's up to you. The more pressure you add when you're ink blending, the darker the ink is going to go. Again, you can go 3-4 times on it, I'm gonna go just like I said, I'm just think of it as just adding the halo of color to bring the focus onto the pictures. That's all I'm doing. Okay, so you're gonna see it's messy, might not be the greatest. I'm just gonna open it up a little bit more. Because remember, there's gonna be embellishments that happen too. So some of these have to be overstretched a little bit. But I am happy with that. So we're gonna bleach this a little bit. And for that, I'm just gonna add a little bit of water. Big of a drop there. That's okay. I'm gonna let it sit for 2 seconds. I'm gonna get a wipey, not a wipey, sorry, paper towel. Just gonna, so I'm not rubbing, I'm just laying on top and soaking up the extra water. So I have the bleach effect on the background. Okay. And then this is something that has no pattern, by the way, because if you add pattern right now, like in, let's say paper towel, and you press onto it, then the pattern of the paper towel is going to move onto the page. So there's little things like, when you're creating that you have to keep in mind. You see, to wet the brush, and I want on top of water. It's going to add extra water here. See, I don't like this and stop. So I'm just going to add a little bit of water to just dilute it a bit here. And more of the bleach effect. Again, just soak up. Don't rub. Okay. And the ink is like great. It's a beautiful ink, but it reacts to water. So this is the reason why I'm using heavy cardstock. You can use watercolor paper if you have. It's gonna take that worry that is my paper gonna buckle if I add water to, in the back of your mind, you're like, oh, if I add water, my paper is gonna buckle. Because I am using heavy cardstock, you can use watercolor cardstock if you want to. Then I have the certainty, is that the word? That it is not gonna buckle and it's gonna stay nice and straight, and it's not gonna cause me a headache. So here we go. I'm gonna add a few drops of blue. Let me just get a, what do I have handy here? Don't mind the print, but this is as-free. So it's gonna squish a little bit of the storm ink here. We're gonna dilute it again. I had a brush. Okay, move this to the side. I don't need it anymore. I'm gonna add a few drops of also the blue. What cardstock I'm using is 140-pound cardstock. If I tell you the brand, I hope I'm using a Vicky Boutin 140-pound heavy cardstock. So I buy it because it's really heavy and it holds mixed media nicely. But I also, like I said, you can get this one will work also with 110 basil marshmallow. I think you guys might be familiar with that. It works fine. So I'm just gonna add a few drops of the diluted ink, just so the bleach effect goes both ways. So I have the color too. Again, think of where I have the little corners of my pictures. I want to make sure that the blue kind of expands in that area. So not all over, even though. Yes, so just a few more drops. And then we are, and then I'm going to soak the excess of this too. And you create kind of a double bleach effect because you have the color of the ink, but when it hits the ink underneath, it actually bleaches it too at the same time. So think of it as, a double bleaching effect. My God, I'm having trouble with my words today. So, but let me know how you guys are doing. Like, are you guys, I think in the States, most of the kids have gone back to school. So, hey, I don't know if you're happy about it or you're sad. Like I said, for me, it's just the weather because it's summer and I don't do summer that great. It's too hot. But my kids don't go to school anymore. Well, my son is going to go for his last semester of university. And my daughter, she works full time. So I don't have to worry about that. I know my niece and nephew are getting ready to go back to school, but we go back in September after Labor Day. I know in the States, you guys go early. But if you're enjoying your summer, good for you, Let us know what have you been up to? I'm going to tell you that I've been home. So I'm not allowed to go that much far until I get like, my health completely in check. So again, I'm just gonna get my little piece of, paper, well, not paper towel. Like I said, it's just tissue, like, and I'm just gonna soak up the excess. Like I said, there's gonna be a little bit of like color, and at the same time, it's gonna bleach the background. So I'm just gonna soak a little bit here. I'm gonna move the paper because I don't want to transfer any pattern. I just want to make sure that I soak the excess water. One of the things about this paper is that it has a bit of a coating. So if I don't do this, it takes a little longer to dry. Just for the sake of the TV, we're gonna dry it, help it to dry out. That's all I'm doing. Okay. And I'm gonna show you up close what the double effect of the bleaching and then adding the color. And I think that's enough for the background because we want to make sure that we, the pictures and the paper coming nicely too. So just so you see. So you have the ink, water that's going to bleach, your ink, and then you have the second one that's just going to add extra color. So ready to go. Let's just clean this up so we have space. Let's move this to the side. And let's start building this layer. And I have an idea, but I haven't completely planned it, as always, because you guys know that things sometimes happen in lives that you never plan. So there we go. So just so you see, I have a halo of color sticking from behind the sides of the, the pictures. So that's all I want. I can move them if I want to. So that's what I said. Just mark the area of the pictures and just think a little bit more, not the whole page. That's the best way to control your mixed media. So just kind of have an idea where you want to place your pictures and think about an inch or so bigger than that. And that's all you're going to need because now all your attention is right on that spot. So we have this. Let's start playing with paper. So there's a lot of tags in this collection, so I'm going to set them aside because we're going to use them. And my idea is I love this paper, and I really have already placed an order for it because I'm going to need more paper. You guys know that I have a collecting issue, so that's the best way to put it. I like to collect. So I was thinking to cut the rhomboids because I love it. I want to cut them and kind of layer two of them together. So I want to take advantage of the light blue here and then probably the bottom. Okay. I'm not going to cut anymore because I'm going to need it after too, but I don't want to waste it either. Okay. So I want to take advantage. Like I said, I'm going to fussy cut this triangle, this little rhomboid here. And then most likely I'm going to cut the one down here. When I was looking at it, I was thinking of mountains. But then I thought it was going to be, my pictures are the outside, but there are not mountains. So I thought that it wasn't going to work. So let's get cutting. I have my scissors here because I knew that I was going to need it. So I'm going to cut. The name of this paper is Just Chill. And the B side has this beautiful rhomboid pattern too. But I love this. I love the blue. And it reminds me a lot of black. And if you guys, any of you know me, they know that I love black. I wear a lot of black. I love to add black to my pages. I just find that it's a very elegant, there's a very neutral color. So this collection, it's just like, and it's like all paper. In case you don't know, I am, what is the word? A curator of beautiful paper. So I have a large collection, especially pinfish paper. So like I said, I've already placed an order for a couple of these collections because I do have a man-child because my son is 21 that I need to document, and I thought that this collection was perfect for him. So I'm just cutting the bottom here. Okay. And I love the straight lines of the collection. This collection has a lot of like very angular designs, which is like right up my alley. You know, like I said, it's a beautiful collection. And we'll on something, you know, I think we're going back to their normal lives every 2 weeks or so. So you'll see the collection being revisited, and maybe we'll make it into like, you know, let's make a feminine layout using these colors. And there's ways of doing it, because this collection talks a lot about coffee, which is one of my favorite things in the entire world. And I was tempted to bring pictures of coffee. I was like, you know, maybe we should talk about coffee when we're working on this. And I was like, oh, you know, so just so you have an idea, I'm not cutting the branding strip because I'm actually going to hide it. Okay. I should probably cut it and I remember what the name of the paper is, but it'd be okay. And then I'm going to cut this one right here. I'm going to take advantage of those two colors. It's enough to give me like a little bit of, and I want to keep the straight line at the bottom. That's what. So. And if you haven't, like, if you want to see more of the collection, make sure you check like a Pink Fresh Studio. I believe that Vicky created a project last week with it, and it was a beautiful project. So there is a video with the collection. So don't, you know, check the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, because like I said, there's always content being added, especially scrapbooking and card making. So make sure you subscribe. And I know that we just got the collection a week or so ago. So the design team, you're going to start seeing a lot of projects with the new collections coming onto social media. And if you are registered for what is the name of for the Connect and Create weekend? Did I say the right name, Heather? Sorry if I butchered it, but I'm pretty sure it's Create and Connect, Connect and Create. My brain's not working right now. This is one of the collections you're going to receive in that kit. So you'll have the exclusive before the rest of the world, you know, gets it. You will have it in your hands. So, like I said, I want to keep the straight lines there. Okay, so we're going to cheat a bit here. So to cheat, I think I want to, yeah, I want a little bit of white there. Okay, so you see how I have that diagonal line there? Create and connect things there. Did I say it right? I thought so. Okay, so I love this. I just love the fact that there's like 3 different shades of blue in one single, like, you know, spot. I am going to move this so that it doesn't cover the bottom of the mixed media. And for that, I'm just going to make sure that I place my pictures so that one comes a little bit lower. Yeah, I was thinking also we can go like this. But to be honest with you, not too crazy of that, you know. It doesn't look bad. Actually, see, like I said, live, they're always, you know, we try things. I kind of like that too. Actually, kind of like it better the other way. Yeah, better than the other way. Let's just, you know, popular commentary. I like it. I just don't like the fact that it's, you know, it looks like mountains, which I think it's great. And I had pictures of my son in the mountain because we have actually climbed mountains with him, you know, back when we took trips. I just don't like the straight line of it. I want something that is going to add to the movement. So I'm thinking that this looks like a reflection. And because of the mixed media, it actually works nicely. So I am thinking the black and white there and the one with the color over here. And I think we like it better. I'm going to add a little bit of color down here. Just, you know, a little bit here because I think we need to stretch a little bit of the color. So it's going to go with whatever is left over on my brush here. Thank God I didn't put it away. So just a tiny bit, not much. Just because when you add the zigzag at the bottom, it kind of hides some of the stuff that you have added. So be prepared for that also when you work with mixed media or any inking. You know, it's the same as of a car. You ink it on the background and some of it gets hidden. It's the same on a scrapbook layout, a little bit more, I would say, just because of the size and the area that you're covering. So it's not that you're doing all this beautiful work on the background and you're going to hide it. It's just the way it works out. Okay, so that's always start little and then grow from there. Don't start big because it's easier to add than to take away. So like I said, right now I'm just adding a little bit more here because when you add the zigzag at the bottom, which wasn't in my initial plan, it's just you want a little bit of the mixed media to show back here. Okay, so and I'm gonna go lightly so it looks like as the color is fading away as it goes to the bottom of the page. Okay, so just kind of stretching a little bit down here, and that's it. Just a little bit. You don't need much. Okay, here. See, now you have a little bit longer of that blue area. Okay, so let's start gluing this. I'm going to go ahead and glue this. And that's what I said. I'm not cutting the branding because it's going to help me to attach these two together. So let's just set that in place. So which one of you guys is going to be in the event next weekend? Isn't in 2 weekends, sorry. Let me know. I'll see you there. Vicky, you're going to be there? Oh, great. I'm trying to see. I can barely see names because I'm in a different angle from the laptop. So, you know, if you're going to be there, I'm sure that, you know, Heather will be there. I think the entire design team will be there. Like, you know, we're going to learn. And, you know, it'll be fun. It's always fun. The card ones are fun always. I don't want to add any more paper behind it because I think already with the mixed media, you're taking care of that. And also, you know, you already have the pattern in the background. You don't want to hide it. So now it's going to be all about embellishing. I'm going to see some of the names. Oh, yeah. Vicky, Gloria, Jennifer. Let me drink some water while I read. Oh, it's always fun. If you've been to the card ones, those are amazing. And I'm pretty sure they're going to be great too. I've seen some of the stuff you guys are going to be getting because we have it. And it's beautiful. So give me 1 second. I'm going to drink some water. Okay, let's keep working. So let's glue this in place. I am not going to add dimension to this. So I'm going to go glue it straight onto my page. One of the things though, I'm not going to glue the edges. I'm going to glue it right on the center. So in case I want to tuck things underneath. You know, I always like, you know, go and secure things outside of the camera once the lives are finished. But for now, I just want to make sure that it doesn't move. So we're going to put it in place there. How are we doing? There we go. I really like this. I love the pattern. It's giving me an idea of like, you know, creating like a scene on the mountains. And I have pictures of my kids when we've gone hiking many times. You know, when we go on a trip back home, usually we take them. In Ecuador, there's lots of volcanoes and mountains. I live in a little town that's like surrounded by volcanoes and mountains. So we have to hike regardless. So I have lots of those pictures and it's giving me an idea. So let me just get some, let's start with the embellishing. There was something in the paper that I wanted to use. There's a lot of cut apart in this collection, by the way. A lot of cut apart paper. So it's great for that. You just want to make sure if you have a circle punch, it'll be great to do that. Like I said, check the channel. I know that Vicky created a beautiful project. I think it was up this weekend. So if you missed it, go back and check it. I just remember the cut apart. There you go. The one cut apart, the other cut apart. I do want to take some of this images for my project. Let me just move this to the side. Have a good afternoon, Roxanne. Remember, this is being recorded. So if you like, you know, can't stay right now, be sure to come back to check it after. So you see, I'm gonna pull out this gray because my son's wearing gray. So I know this gray tag is gonna make it onto my project. I'm gonna pull some of the gray. I'm gonna pull some of the green. I already have the blue, and now, like I said, within that palette. Think of it: grays, blues, greens. We might go with a little bit of color for the title or something that we just want to bring our eye to. But I want to stay in those cool tones because I don't know. I love that. Have a little bit of gray. So now we can put it right there. Gonna kind of create that diagonal look. See, I'm having this green tag here. I don't need the whole thing, and I'm okay with that. because I'm going to tack it behind my picture. So see, this is the reasons why I need to get another piece of paper, because what if I want to use this side? I don't want to look at it. And so I know this is going to go right there. So we're going to play with our tags. Okay. I need more of this paper. Let me get into this paper. There was one that said you and me, thinking that I want to cut it right here. You can see. Okay. I don't need more of this. And I'm going to bring my little hole puncher to make the holes, because I do want to. So see, I'm pulling all the colors that I have. I'm not, like I said before, even though there's green, a lot of it, I'm not going to emphasize it. There's quite a bit on the photo. So I'm going to play with the other colors. In the background. So this is going to be, probably is going to go right here. And we're probably going to put, like, just to cut, like, even though it's angular and it's beautiful, we are going to have to bring something that's going to soften that. So I'm thinking we're going to bring some twine and just kind of curl it to help us, like, soften the edges a bit. Always going to think of these things, if you like straight lines, and then, you don't need to do that, but I want to soften it a bit. So, I like that. So I'm just going to build it, and then we're going to go into foam adhesive this time. See my journal dip here. It was one, but I don't think I need it now that I cut the time. So let me just take a look. Yeah. With some titles here and some sentiments. Let me just double check. Oh, there we are. Let me check. See, this just pops and it could be a title, but kind of go with this, just go with the flow. But let's set it aside for now. I'm not convinced that's the best way to put it. Let's get the container. Get the ephemera out. And of course, I'm struggling with the title. My mind is already thinking, what am I going to put as a title? And if you guys know that, if you guys have been here and you guys know that I struggle a lot with adding titles to my layouts. So my brain is, while I'm doing this, I'm already thinking, what else? See, this Friends for Life, that's just a title. So that's going to sit right there. See, I love Pinterest Studio. Automatic title for me. Okay, so then that just makes this like so satisfying that I don't have to create a tile, but I am gonna add some extra at the bottom. So don't worry, I am gonna add extra. So, but this I love. See, my emphasis is here because I have the color here. So when I bring some of the color that I have in the photo onto this corner here, I'm just adding a simple title. I am gonna add something else down here just to balance everything together. But pretty much that's the gist of my layout. Yes, so let's here's it. For that, we need some foam adhesive. So one of the things that and this is personal choice, I don't like, whenever I'm adding foam adhesive to my pictures, I don't like to add the foam adhesive straight to them. I usually add a layer in between. And to soften this, sorry, I'm just trying to find it because I left it on the side here. To soften this, I'm actually going to add vellum. I knew I left it on the side here. I find it that I just like to protect my pictures. So I'm just going to back in with vellum, just create a single frame. And one of the reasons I love vellum is the opacity of it. There's like very little. It just adds this like thin layer that doesn't take away from anything. It just kind of mutes the color a little bit, but not, hides it. It's one of the reasons why I love vellum. So let's add my pictures here. It's perfect. Have my little guillotines. These. Okay, cut straight. Okay, so there we go. Extra vellum on the side. So we can move the tags for now. Remember, I have those lines on the back, so I know exactly where everything is going to sit. So it's going to a little bit there. Maybe move it a bit right there. Just get a ruler just to make sure that, you know, everything is straight. So 6 and 6, perfect. So let's add some foam adhesive behind it. And I have my little roll here. So like I said. And if I go quiet, it's just because I'm, you know, cutting stuff here. Okay. So one of the things before we glue them, remember, we have to put the tag. So I have to pierce holes in them. So I'm going to get this contraction. Somebody's going to ask me the name, and I'm going to tell you that I don't know it offhand, but this is from We Are Memory Keepers. It's a crocodile that has different sizes of holes to punch, you know, your holes. It was a person, so I don't know the name, but it has different options. And this happened to be 3/16, the hole in this tag, just in case you want to know. 3/16 of an inch. Okay, I have my tags ready. Just to be a little bit deep here. Okay, so I'm doing that because remember, I have to layer, I have to glue this, but the tags are going to be layered behind the photo. So I have to make sure that I add that before I put them in place. Yeah. So just taking out the backing of this. I'll wash my ruler. I passed this inside here. 6 and 6, 0. Okay. I'm just gonna make sure, like I said, I have my little line here. That's what I create, the little lines. It helps me with setting this in place. Just making sure that it's straight. Yep. There we go. Okay, so now this is in place. I'm gonna add a little bit of foam adhesive behind this just to give the tag a little bit of a lift. Okay, this one. And that's why. I'm going to try the picture, Nathalie. I forgot about the other one, of course. There we go. Some foam adhesive behind it to keep it in place. What was your title, Nathalie? It's right there. Well, subtitle, whichever you want to call it. This is going to be right here, so I know I need foam adhesive. It's going to be right there. So I'm a little cluster right there. Okay. Now this is going to be here. And like I said, they are friends, but they're cousins, so they know. One of the things my mother taught me, because it's just my sister and I, yeah, since we were little, is that we always had to be there for each other. And let's be honest, you know, we're not getting any younger, so it is going to be on to our kids to, you know, learn to be there for each other. So, you know, we try to make sure that they're always together, even though there is quite a large age gap between them. But, you know, they get along. As amazing as that is, they get along. They fight, you know, but they get along, which is great. I'm going to start putting stuff away that we don't need, so we don't get confused, because there's so much that you want to, like, you know, use it all, or I will use it all. We're just going to keep embellishing this. Okay. So let's see. What do we have here? I want to bring, like I said, you know, something that is going to soften that up. Let me get the twine. So my twine here, let's start with that. And then that's gonna, once we have that, then we can go with the rest. I think that's enough. I'm gonna toss it in there. How do you do this? See how I'm creating a little bit of a curvature there? I'm not going to pull it taut. So let's see. There. Okay. Let's move it the other way. Okay, so I need to tuck it here somewhere. I think I'm going to bring my little, you know what I realized here? A little bit crooked. Let me get my tiny attachment. Tiny attachment right here. Okay, so we're going to go here. Just like I said, you want to soften some of the look. Okay, so that's why you have a lot of angles down here. I think you need to soften it a bit. So I'm going to hold it here. Tiny attach it to the rescue. There we go. This here, we're just going to help it a bit. Just going to use like, whatever curvature the string creates on itself. I'm going to use it. This we might need to force it a bit. Okay, so. Let's see if I get lucky and I can flip this here. It fits. Perfect. Okay. Just because I don't like, that I wanted to kind of go like that, I'm going to add some glue to this. So what you're going to do is, you just need drops. Okay. So right there. Keep this here. Just a little button here. So once we set this in place, it's going to give us the rest of the layers going to come together. So to keep a little bit of pressure there, I'm going to put my bottle there. Hopefully it doesn't get. So there we go. I'm going to cut the excess here. And I'll probably add some glue after this. Okay, it's not going to move. There. Okay. The bottle there to hold it in place. But you see how that just helps with softening, the edges? And all you have to do is just pull a piece of string, let the string, especially if you have it like in, I don't know what you call this, in a roll. I don't know. It just comes like, that has that natural curvature. So just use that to your advantage. And I'm just going to add a little bit of glue behind here so it doesn't move. And it keeps like, that movement. But that's going to help you. It kind of softens the edges a bit, which you need. And that just adds that movement. So kind of, you read the page this way. Remember, think about flow. Okay? So now, we need to add stuff down here. I really love this capture. And just to, I kind of like it right there. See? Yeah, I like that. So I'm not going to add foam adhesive to it. But then if you look at it, I'm going to add my lines with journal for most likely going to be here. I need something here just to balance this out. Think of it cascading, okay? Spool, thank you. I'm thinking roll, but it's not a roll. Spool, thank you. So I'm thinking I need something down here. So let's build that up. And for that, we're going to get, let's see. I have more tags here. I don't know if I want to bring some of that gray. Thinking I'm going to add, instead of me talking, let's cut some of this. So I have a little bit of the gray that I have at the top. So I'm going to get some of this. We are going to add a second title. So think of that Friends for Life, just a kind of an embellishment, a subtitle. We're going to tie this together. We're going to bring more string just to tie it, make sure that it's cohesive. So I'm going to add this here, quite a bit of gray. You need some blue. Trying to think what else I have here. See if I put this. Nope. Let's go on to, there's no tags here that I can look at. That's always a favorite. So kind of like that there. It's going to create a second cluster here at the bottom. And you're going to see that it does need a little bit of blue for here. So what we're going to do is let's just follow the same look and add a little bit of color using it, like a little bit of the ink blended. So let's go here. Just a little. Just a halo. That's all you need. Okay. Put this away. This is going to bring some of the green that we have, and you want to put it a bit there. Again, with my little tool that creates those amazing holes. Okay, let's see. This one already comes pre-perforated. These are from the Ephemera pack. This is just a cut apart. So, thinking, I'm not going to waste it. I know that I want it like this. This most likely is going to sit right here. I like that. Okay. So let's glue pieces of it, maybe even lower. There we go. So this is going to go straight onto my page at the bottom. So right here. This, we need some foam adhesive. Where did I put it? See, that's what happens on my table. Things magically disappear. And I don't want it so high. I just want it like at the bottom, the top of the tag, mostly because of that. We have it floating, so a little bit of glue at the bottom is going to keep it in place. This one is just going to sit right there. Okay. And we are going to add string again at the bottom just to tie the two sides, like, you know, the two sides together. Perfect. Take your scissors. We're going to flip it. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing perfect. See, we're going to finish it on time, beginning to end. Okay. Here we go. Go look at the table. It's a bit dirty. Okay. Remember, I have that round there. I'm going to bring a little bit of the round. I want to stay in that color, so this stay wild is going to be up here. Actually, down here. Yep. That's from the chipboard. Remember, lines of journal are going to be here. I need to add a bit of color. Here comes the drop. So I have some of the ink here that is starting to dry. Just going to add a little bit of water just to activate it again. You don't need much. Think of it as tying the top to the bottom. Okay. Okay, so that's all you're going to need. That's good enough. Soak up the excess water so you can work. Let it dry a little bit there. Let's add a second title here. And one of the reasons that I added that much blue is because green. It's because the Puffy stickers in this collection are actually this deep green. So, yes, so let's see here. What title we're going to give it? Do we have an ampersand? So we're going to call it boys. Because I don't want it to be super big. I want it to stay like kind of small. So we're going to just add the word boys. This is not S. There we go. And all we're gonna, to finish this, we're gonna add some little bit extra embellishments, and then we'll be done. So super simple. Let's add the string at the bottom. Again, the spool. Thank you, Heather, for reminding me what it's called. Okay. We're gonna work it the other way. Slide it here. Right through it. Let's see. Well, lift it up a bit. I'm just going to go there. And this is going to go from behind. I'm just playing with the string. So Like I said, I don't know how it's going to react. I'm just going to move it a bit more. And tiny attach. So this is getting really tight. Just gonna move it here a bit more. I wanna probably put it underneath this. Okay, this is right. Let me see. Just trying to use the natural curvature of this, so it helps. And tiny attacher. Oh, stick. You're gonna see Natalie struggle with the tiny attacher right now. Oh. Perfect. Got it. Then this, some glue, just to help you with, like, and put something heavy on it. So I'm just gonna put this here. I'm gonna put the glue for now. Now on the other side, I'm just gonna kind of thread it a bit there. I'm just gonna go like this. This is not gonna need for me to tiny attach anything. So I'm just gonna put pressure there, a little bit of there. Okay. Let me close my little bottle here. Okay, so I'm just putting pressure. Let's put something heavy to add to the pressure, and there we go. So I'm just letting it dry. Perfect. Out of the way. Let's see, a few more embellishment, and we'll be done. Some of the blue we're gonna need here. So this is from the Puffy stickers. I'm just bringing some of the colors that I have on the top. So I have the blue. Doesn't have any navy here. And then, so again, we're gonna get some of the colors that we have going here. So let's go with some navy. Actually over here. A little bit of this light blue. And a bit of the green. Oh, I have already green, so it's okay. Stuck on my nail. Okay, we're gonna need some over here. So let's go with this dark. No, we already have the dark green. We're gonna go with, yeah. Remember, I'm staying within this color family that I created. So these are the three colors that I have going. Okay, and then we're gonna need something up here. And if you see in the final picture that a few stickers come into play, don't, I need a little bit more blue and a bit of this light. So there we go. Let me see what else we're gonna. Yeah, I have some other stuff to add. Remember how I said I'm bringing a little bit of this is life right now. But there's this more of this that I thought it would be great over here. You see, yeah. I'm just gonna lift this up to hide the edge. This is from Life Right Now. It's available in the shop. And then it needs something down here. So let me just find this Weekend Wandering just to bring some of the blue that we don't have much down here. So I'm gonna have to cut it because it's too long. So I'm gonna split it right there. Okay, needs to go higher here, not too high. Here. Perfect. And there we go. Yeah. From beginning to end, we've created a layout. Okay, so let me know what you think. Yeah, okay, I have to just press here. Sorry, guys, it's coming apart here, and the glue's there. So very simple. A little bit of ink blending, just a little bit of paper. The embellishments, take advantage of your tags. You're just gonna soften the look with a little bit of the twine, and we are done. My lines with journal are gonna be right here. I'm gonna draw them for you so you see it. And you can use multiple pictures. These are 3x4, but you can easily go with something larger. The design is good for it. I'm just gonna, there'll be some writing happening in a bit. And I'm probably gonna use actually a blue pen for it, not black, just so it keeps with that kind of monochromatic look that I'm going for. Just gonna draw a few more lines. So it gives you an idea where everything is gonna sit. And you guys know that I will add the finishing picture here and also on social media. So, and in the Pinfresh Studio fans page on Facebook. So I'm sure Heather is just gonna start looking for a winner, and I'm gonna flip the camera to see you. So here you go. So take one last look before I flip the camera. So I really like how this turned out. Very simple, a great way to get us like, warmed up for the rest of the lives. And, after a month vacation, actually a great way to get started. So let me flip the camera and see you guys. Because right now you're going to see I'm all sweaty. Under the lights gets really, really hot. So let's see. I'm just flipping that. Okay, we have a winner, Charlotte Blakeney. I hope I'm saying your name properly. Congratulations. Make sure that you email, that's the right word, Leah at Pinfresh Studio to claim your prize. She takes a few days to respond back. So congratulations. Thank you for joining me. As always, thank you for joining me. Make sure you sign up to the channel. You subscribe for a lot of notifications of lives with Heather and Leah and myself. Also lots of projects coming up. And like I said, if you want to see the new collection, there's a lot of projects coming up with the newer collections. If you if you register for the Create and Connect, then I will see you in a couple of weeks. We'll see you there. You'll have the collection by then, so you'll be able to work with it. And there's beautiful projects coming up. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, Heather, for helping with answering questions while I can't see them that well. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to check Pinfresh Studio for this week's sales. And these collections will be available, I think, in a few weeks in the shop. So for now, they're not out yet, but they're coming. Thank you so much, guys. And I think I'll see you in a couple of weeks. So take care.